many great wars. But the most powerful war today is the war of the mind, right? How can I invade a person's mind? How can I substantially rearrange their thought processes so that they become much more acceptable and amenable to my lifestyle and to my traditions? And that is what we have to be very careful about, because that's the process of ingestion, as discussed by Mr. Malhotra, Ravi Malhotra. I share some differences in terms of his theoretical proposition, but I will still use him as a very good reference this morning. So we have to be very cautious about how we think through things. And as you know, in academics, we talk about what lens do you use in your research or in your presentation. So the Western mind, you know, we say in India, they say that we think with our hearts, right? We think with our hearts. In the West, they say we think with our mind. And there are two very different things, because one takes the principles of logic and reason, and the other one takes the principle of intuitive realization. And since, therefore, we come from a very different proposition, it therefore means that our ideas and understanding of the same thing will differ in some way. And I just wanted this morning to really make that as a strong point to show the demarcation in terms of our thought processes. We tend to think with our hearts. How does that come about? It comes about because of an ideal. What is the ideal? The ideal of Hindu philosophy is lofty ideas with simplicity. In other words, remaining simple, but constantly having lofty ideals. The second, or the Western thought, is based on the system of domination, right? That what I necessarily must do in order to survive and to be who I am, I must not only be who I am, but I must change every other person into who I am. Therefore, the ideals of the West, therefore, is one of change and domination, whereas the system of Hinduism or Eastern thought is based on the principles of lofty ideas and simplicity, the arrangement of love, and capturing the heart rather than the mind. So I just wanted to bring that to bear, because in so doing, I'm addressing a statement. And now I will speak about that statement. The statement that says, all religions are true, all religions tell the same thing, and all religions in the end take you to the same place. Now, that sounds like a very nice statement. It's very semantical. And I think for the purposes of peace, it seems okay. But in psychology, we say that that is using what is called the principle of least disturbance. Right? In other words, let's walk the easy line. Right? And I want to start this conference today because in terms of the conference, I think of an outcome. What outcome do I want to have? And the outcome that I hope to have today is to have given you enough food for thought and ruffled your mind enough so that you can start thinking about not necessarily how different you are, but how you can think about the same thing in a different way and impact the world, create change, become a better human being, a prouder Hindu, and most of all, and importantly, a good child of the universe. So these are the outcomes that I hope to foster today in this session. And if you get bored with me, just put your hands up and say, we've had enough. So, any questions so far? No questions? Am I so clear? Okay, good. So everybody likes PowerPoint these days, right? So let's start with our dharma. This morning I wanted to start the session by talking about dharma. Amen. So what I'll ask you to do as a very quick activity, and I'll give you about 2 minutes, is to just chat at your tables with each other about what you believe is dharma. And you can write a few points down because you will tell me what you believe the word dharma means to you. Number one, what does dharma mean to you? And number two, how can you express your dharma on a daily base, weekly base, yearly base? So what?
Oh, here, there's more. Harley, can you give him markers from over there?
Yeah, give him one of the ones.
The Sharpies that I got?
Yeah.
That's
We all share the same thing. This table is over here.
I'm gonna write it. It's a good answer.
Okay, all right, your time is up. Your time is up. So what I'm going to do, I'd like you to, if you were born in the month of January, just lift your hands up. If you were born in February, lift your hands up. No February's here. Any March? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask all of the Januaries and all of the Marches to get together at one table. Okay? We need some action, we need some motion. So
January, March at one table or two separate?
January and March at one table.
Okay, come on.
January, March, at one table. Okay, April, can I see all of April?